Hi there, it's Gabrielle Nicolay from SpeechKids, and today I am in my car because I'm on a trip, and but I wanted to check in and answer some questions. So there's a question that usually comes up that people ask me all the time, and so I wanted to start talking about that today, and then we'll probably finish it another time. Maybe we'll pick that up again on Tuesday or Thursday of next week. But the question is, when should my toddler start talking? And this is it seems like a really easy question, and it's actually not. So there are so many things that happen before your 1-year-old starts using words. And so when I say, when should my toddler start talking, the guideline loosely is one true word at about 12 months. So let's talk about what that means first. Basically, what that means is your child says something that always means the same thing. So, for example, it can be baba, and baba can mean blanket, or it could mean bottle. It actually doesn't really matter what baba means to your kid, as long as it always means the same thing. So that's the first thing. And your child's first word is likely to be something like baba or mama or dada, which I know is a killer for you moms, but there it is. It's likely to be something really simple, really probably a two-syllable word, and again, that's repeated, a syllable that's repeated. Okay, having said that, that usually comes up about 12 months, sometimes 13, 14 months, sometimes 10 months, give or take. But there are some other things that you want to think about when you're waiting for your child to say their first word. So one thing is, and we have to back it up a little bit, are they babbling? Have they been making noise? Often in my practice, I'll get kids as young as 16 months who are not making a lot of sounds. And that tells us that we need to back it up even before words. We need to get these kids making some sounds and really exploring their, we call it their vocal mechanism, for lack of a less fancy word. But are they making or are they saying ah, or are they doing ba 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 mama da di di boo? All that stuff prepares your mouth for talking, for saying words. And that starts, the squealing should start about 4 months, right? The babbling, meaning consonants and vowels getting put together, starts about 6 months, and then it should get progressively more complicated in terms of how it sounds, until sometimes, you've got a 9 or 10-month-old who is making a lot of sounds, and it sounds like they're saying words, but they actually are not saying anything, but it sounds like they should be. And that's actually really fun. That's called jargon. And that's one of my favorite things, because then my favorite thing is to just say back to them and pretend you're having a conversation, which in fact, at that point you are, right? It's a back and forth. Okay. The other thing that has to happen, one of the other things that has to happen, is you want to have something called joint attention with your child. And that means you look at something, your child looks at something, and then you look at each other, right? So you're sharing a third focus of attention. So your child sees the dog, they point to the dog, they look at you, you're looking at the dog, everybody says dog, it's all very happy. So that's also something that comes sort of even before they're saying dog, they'll point to the dog, right? And then they're looking at you, and they mean dog. So those are some things that come up when you're thinking about when is my child going to speak? in my course that I'm going to start next month after next, we'll spend a lot of time sort of talking about how you can get your child communicating more systematically earlier. And so that'll be like a major focus that we talk about. And I'm super excited to show you some of those things. And the other thing I want to talk about, and I'll probably do it next week, is signing, because that's a really, really good way to get your child using words that are not verbal or mouth words, but you can have your child talk with their hands, and they can do that a little bit earlier. So that will be for next time, and I'm going to sign off, and take care. I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye-bye.